Hello everyone, this is Zooc, and today I'm going to be drawing the Terminator. Where I am now, it's 8 AM. I haven't gotten any shut-eye at all. I drank like 1 liter of coffee and 1 liter of Coke already, so I'm kind of pumped up with caffeine. I should get some sleep. But I decided to get this video out before I do, because I was like procrastinating for tomorrow, and I said screw it, why the hell not, if I have the time. So yeah, I'm going to be drawing the Terminator. This is sort of a special drawing because it's not really related to the game as much as it is to the movie. There have been quite a few Terminator games, most of them not for PC. There's only been one for PC, Terminator Salvation, which was launched in 2009, and it was a complete bust. I mean, an absolute failure. Most critics rated it from 2 out of 10 to 5 out of 10. At most, really. It's only IGN that rated it as 6, but we all know the story with IGN. So anyway, yeah, the game was absolutely stupid. Most people said that because Christian Bale didn't act, he actually refused to voice act for the game. So, you know, whoever handled that, his agent or whatever, they knew what they were doing, because I think that would have damaged his reputation quite a bit. But yeah, it got rated really shit because Christian Bale refused to voice act. As if Christian Bale actually has anything to do with the Terminator. Other than the fact that, you know, he played in part 4, but part 4 is... It's like irrelevant. We're talking 1 and 2 here. These are the only true Terminator movies. At least in my opinion. So yeah, I got a shit score, and it's not worth talking about. I haven't played it, and I'm not gonna play it, and it's pointless. Apparently the entire game takes like 4 hours to finish, and it's just a regular run-of-the-mill shooter, nothing more. So let's talk about the movie instead, because it's much more interesting. Terminator 1 was written by James Cameron. It was made in 1984. Terminator 2 was also written by James Cameron. It was made in 1991. I recently saw part 2 again, like 3 days ago, because for me Terminator 2 has actually been one of the most influential movies of my childhood. And I know it's weird to say that about an action flick, because, you know, it has no deep meaning or anything, but there's also another saying that goes, boys will be boys, and this is exactly the case. I mean, after I saw Terminator 2 for the first time when I was like 8 years old or something, all I wanted from that point on was a leather jacket, and I got it eventually. But yeah, seeing Schwarzenegger with a freaking outfit and bike and the song, you know, Bad to the Bone and all that stuff, for that time it was a really, really awesome movie, and it still is. I mean, for a movie that was made in 1991, the special effects used are quite fucking good, really. I mean, hell, it was 20 years ago. That's like more than most of my viewers' ages, etc. So, you know, I'm impressed. So yeah, I saw the movie again, and I had like a massive nostalgia moment, and like I had to listen to Guns N' Roses again, and George Thorogood and everything, and I said, you know, might as well make a drawing about it, because Terminators are awesome. So yeah, there are some interesting facts about Terminator 1, which most people probably don't know, and I didn't know before I did my research. But apparently James Cameron had a dream at some point about a Terminator, or a robot crawling around with a bunch of kitchen knives, of all things. And then he decided to write the script for Terminator. And the Terminator 2 story was actually supposed to be Terminator 1, with the liquid robot and everything. But in 1984 they didn't quite have the, or actually 83 when they began, they didn't quite have the technology to pull that off, so the story was applied to Terminator 2 instead, and they only stuck with Arnold for the first one. So yeah, the script was like hated by everyone, you know, very, like, I think someone from Hemdale Pictures or something like that, or whatever. But yeah, Cameron's agent said that it's shit, and then Cameron fired his agent. It's like, oh bitch, get the fuck out. You know, there's no messing. You know, Cameron knew what he wanted, and he definitely didn't fuck around. So yeah, he fired his agent because he disapproved with his ideas, and then took the script to somewhere else, where he actually sold the rights of the script to I need to look this up because I don't remember. I know he sold it for $1 to, let's see, who is it? New World Pictures. Yeah, he sold the rights for $1 with the condition, with the condition that he would get to direct it. So that's pretty awesome, you know, selling that for $1. So they cast a bunch of people for Kyle Reese, which was the soldier sent back in time to protect Sarah. And they couldn't find the right one, and eventually they did. And they actually wanted to cast Schwarzenegger as Kyle Reese. But, you know, Kyle Reese was supposed to be this, like, emotional, more... He was supposed to have, like, a deep love connection with Sarah. And when you look at Schwarzenegger, the last thing you think is love and tenderness, you know. So they met up with Schwarzenegger, and he was talking about the villain, you know. And they initially wanted to cast O.J. Simpson as the Terminator. But Cameron said that he didn't feel that Simpson would be believable as a killer. So I guess Simpson got really pissed off and started killing and kidnapping and got sent to jail for 30 years or whatever. So yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger initially was supposed to be Kyle, and then he got cast as the Terminator. And while he was filming Conan, he said to a reporter, which asked him about a pair of shoes or something, he told him that, you know, oh, I'm just some shit movie I'm doing, takes a couple of weeks. That was his exact quote about Terminator. So nobody was actually thrilled about this movie. Everyone said it's a piece of shit, and it grossed like, I don't know how many, freaking 78 million for 1984. So that's pretty impressive. And Terminator 2 grossed about double that or something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. There's a lot of facts here. So what can I say? Cameron had a pretty good idea. While he was working on the Terminator, James Cameron was also working on Rambo First Blood Part 2, and he was also working on Alien, on the sequel for Alien, which is Aliens, which was also another one of my favorite movies during my childhood. I don't know, there's just something about these 90s movies, even if like the special effects are nowhere near as good as they are nowadays. I mean, hell, I just saw the Transformers Part 3 or whatever it was. Sure, the special effects were absolutely mind-blowing and everything, but the movie just didn't have that immersion factor that these 90s movies had. Maybe it's the acting, maybe it's the story, maybe it's... I don't know what the hell it is. It might just be that I'm biased. But when I look back at these movies that I saw like 15, 16 years ago, they are still just as awesome as when I first saw them. You know, why is that? It could be because they're pioneers in their genre, or it could be because they're actually really good. I mean, some people sometimes, like scriptwriters and directors and producers, they have a spark of genius and they put out these masterpieces that just stand the test of time, and nothing can really dethrone them, no matter how many explosions and morphing robots and like whatever crazy shit you put in the new movies. Plus the acting is just, it's just different. The characters just seem to have a lot of emotional depth that modern day characters like, I don't know, Vin Diesel or whatever, they don't really have that. I mean, I like Vin Diesel, you know, he's good in action movies. Now, I've always been a fan of action movies, and it's not like, oh, I'm so non-conformist, I'm gonna watch like these deep indie productions about life and love. You know, I can watch any kind of movie. I'm very open-minded when it comes to that, but I like a good action movie. It's just what appeals to me, and these 90s movies, just nothing can really dethrone them, in my opinion. But anyway, I guess I should talk a bit about the drawing. It took exactly 5 hours, and I did my own little collage of reference images in Photoshop and just looked at them. And I used a bunch of techniques that I've previously used. I smudged a lot because Arnie's face was supposed to be very... the contrast was supposed to be very high in this image, so you can't really use a lot of pressure on the pencil because it just puts down a lot of medium tones, and I needed either very light tones or very dark tones. So I used a lot of smudging, and I'm quite proud of my robot face. It came out really, really well. I've said it before that I hate drawing tech, but I'm kind of starting to get a liking to it, especially when stuff turns out the way I want it to. So it was all good there. And what else? I went with a portrait because I wanted to practice portraits a bit. I could have drawn like the robot or maybe Arnold, you know, standing on his bike or something. But that's been done so many times before. I mean, most people just take the cover for Terminator 2 and just draw that again. So that's kind of boring. I didn't want to do that. So I just did something else instead, and I think it looks acceptable. But yeah. Well, I think that's about it. I'm probably gonna hit the sack now, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm quite pleased with the way it came out. Hopefully you'll think the same. Please rate the video if you liked it. It really helps out, and I'll see you around. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.